Hello Cobrats and welcome back to Super Paper Mario. I'm TryclydeTamer. I hopped on Carrie and I went through the save block because Bowser is that kind of Koopa. Let's get hopping up these stairs and just stomping all over the place. Yeah, it's totally not the void causing all this crashing that we hear. If you go into 3D there aren't really any secrets, but you do need to be in 3D in order to move along to the next room. Let's go ahead and enter it. Hi, buddy! Sat me down with a slab of mutton, I never would have thought you'd make it here. I tell ya though, this wouldn't have been such a fork in me a rumpus. Now I have to hit ya with the full force of me chunks. Poof! That's big talk from the chump who gets stomped again and again. How dare ye! You heard me, you're going down, chunky boy. Where? How about proving it then? Right here, you and me. Wrestling match of the ages. Bring it, Beardo. I'll take you on alone. I got all the sweet stomping you need right here. Bowser, are you sure about this? Wah! Don't you worry, I've had egg salad sandwiches chunkier than this guy. You just step back and watch how a totally awesome tyrant gets business done. I'm making those egg salad sandwiches smell very bad. I'm gonna urdle into you with the force of a massive airy comet, you great crybaby. Urdle like a turtle? Chunk up! Well, at least he's not farting. Get bigger. Bet you weren't expecting that, were ya? Where's your flapping mouth now, eh? It's time for an old-fashioned, no-holds-barred rumble! Well then, he's a little bit bigger than Bowser even. Let's go ahead and tattle him. That's no chunks, he's even bigger and stronger now. How is that even possible? Max HP is 100 and attack is 4. He can now perform aerial attacks. When you see him in the air, just take a evasive action, just keep moving to avoid him. Well, Bowser, now's your chance to settle it with no chunks. So Bowser decided to take this one on alone, so consider it like his, more or less ultimate battle. Dang, I'm just, laying down the floor work with him. Good thing that the fart doesn't do much to me. Oh, here it goes again. I'm pretty sure one more hit does him in, so how about we do that? No flames needed. Herg! How could you be chunkier than I? You're not but a bloomin' turtle. How can I go on living with the shame of it all? Hey Bowser, let me keep me dignity as me game ends. Finish me quick. Hey, there's no shame in being smacked down by a huge studly boss. A studly stud boss. What's that shaking? Ooh, the ceiling's falling. This isn't the greatest thing I've experienced. What's this? Oh yeah. Oh chunks, you saved us. What are you waiting for? Get out of this place. But why'd you save us? Because you spanked me, eh? You earned the right to pass. Now I'm making sure you do just that. You got more chunks in here than I thought. Plenty of chunks, if I do say so myself. Bowser, what are you doing? Hey, super stupid brothers, get the princess into the next room now. But, I said go! Plenty of ellipses that you have to move your mouth for, but, alright Bowser. A brief look back, then moving along. You get out of here too! Don't worry about me, I can hold this thing up all day. I fell into lava plenty of times too and I'm still here. Hey, you stole me line! Your hands are quivering like a ladle of me mum's lard gravy. Don't be the tough guy, go! That's like my favorite line from Chunks. I am a tough guy, you get out. No, you get out. No, you! No, you, the ceiling says. Bowser? The door. It won't budge. Oh no. Oh dear. We don't have time. We must keep going. Are you sure, Princess? I'm not worried about Bowser. He isn't easy to get rid of. Oh boy, she's right about that. Bowser has survived the worst. Alright, let's move on to Count Bleck. That we shall. So now that we have 3 characters left, we are back as Mario, because Bowser's no longer with us, and something I should mention is that if you were to use a return pipe when you're actually able to, it actually takes you back to Flopside. Not fully sure what the requisites are. Oh yeah, obviously the rest of the chapter isn't really accessible for us because of the whole thing with the ceiling crashing in, you know? Might want to keep that in mind. End of chapter. And in this labyrinth of mind-boggling turns and deadly enemies, this final journey was more dangerous and trying than our heroes had seen before, but they're not in the boggly woods of Thousand Year Door though. Mario and friends kept on without Bowser, who was lost in a duel. There was no time to stop and search for Bowser, or even grieve. Our heroes knew they had to rush toward the final encounter with Count Bleck. Chapter 8-2 The Crash. So maybe there's more to the crashing than just what we've experienced in the last chapter section. Another tremor. I've lost count of them all. It is strange. I mean, this is Count Bleck's private castle, right? So why would he let the destruction ravage his own home? What sort of evil plan is it if he destroys himself in the process? Something to ponder. Lumiere, so it really is you. What are you on about, Tippy? Let's just keep moving. We need to find Count Bleck soon. That we do. Welcome to the Castle Bleck foyer. So français up in here. The noir and the blanc colors of everything, and we got the gris sprung orange, or whatever they call it. For sure it actually is sprung orange. Let me just tattle to make sure I always get my enemy types confused. If I can just get my sensor bar positioning right. Takes me back to the old days when I was bad. Okay, Zoingoing they are, blah blah blah. Don't have too much HP. Of course, they have enough HP at this point for them to be able to split into two. Hey, it's a classic curse, yeah, I'll let you live. Maybe you'll be the last of your kind. You may be lost in the crash as well, if the name of this chapter section isn't any indication. Pardon that slight burp there. Me kind of pausing with my words because there's leftover burp-isms trying to come out. Oh boy, we got a lot of beatboxers, blastboxers. I'm not gonna bother telling all the enemies I see to find out exactly what they are. I know that those red eyes were red eyes. Merlin? Oh, you finally arrived. Pardon my dog barking in the background if you hear that. Merlin, what are you doing here? My words almost exactly. I found a fascinating passage in the Light Prognosticus, so I rushed here to tell you. To get the Count Bleck, it seems you must hit this totally unsuspicious block. So why don't you give it a jolly old whack? Can I move along? Do I suddenly have a key? Can I talk to you? What seems to be the problem, hero? Better get to the hitting of this block. Tattle you? It's Merlin, the descendant of the ancients, who has offered us so much guidance. But what's he doing here? I don't know. But even though he said he wouldn't follow us here, I guess we can trust him. Let's hit the block. Gee, what a bunch of what? Suckers! Well, this is a sticky situation, and it's kind of a unique one at that, because let's switch over to Slim and kind of pull a 1000-year door on this. We can't go through when it's in 2D like that, and if we go in 3D, our 2D-ness still is in the opposite planar direction, so maybe we must do a little bit of something about this crack in the wall that looks like it has an angry mustache face behind it. Yeah, gotta cause a rip in space-time here at Castle Bleck and just pass right through. Whoa! I really love the 3D work that goes on in this chapter. The 3D is pretty cool in this game for 2007 standards. Well, the whole mechanics overall are just great. Let's just kind of cheat through these fire bars by going into 3D. There will be these red magic blocks that kind of cause trouble because it's an easy way to get through otherwise. Let's be savage, haha. Have those invincibility frames of me switching back and forth in 3D. Whoa, I'm remembering that I don't have infinite 3D stuff and kind of forgot about the gauge altogether. But yeah, when we hit that red block, there was kind of a tremor, and you may notice that these pipes are moving and that there's little pipe things up above. So, let's just think about that while we're doing all this. And let's go to this room on the other side. We got spikes. And that obviously means we must use carry. Got some spiky parabuzzies, like the ultimate defense unless you use some cheap items. And hit the one there, and it makes it move in a certain direction. So how about we go back a couple seconds? And it's good because I had to go through the oh so inconvenient thing of flipping into 3D briefly to get around the pipe that was in my way. So it seems that no matter where we put the pipe, it'll take us through to here. But you can tell that that particular pillar-looking thing actually is a pipe in itself. So the colors are kind of messing with you. Got a Thunder Rage grab right there, so yeah. We just gotta hit the one on the left side a couple times to bring it all the way to the left, so let's get that taken care of. And there we go, it's as far left as it can go. It's so liberal, man. Bernie Sanders up in this thing. And yay, we are in places elsewhere. Let's hope that these things don't really seem to be too tricky by going to 3D, and you can tell that there is a square-ular thing in the floor. Okay, we got Courage Shell and Turley Leaves. I wanna upgrade my... That was not a thing that happened. Disregard that. I didn't really need to bother using the Turley Leaf, especially because it's not really too many enemies in this chapter section. It's more of a thing. Obviously, we're kind of dealing with Mimi here. And I like how those snowflakes are kind of in here. Dang it, I took no damage. It's kind of a nifty thing, though. I don't want to hit that again because it's just going to make me go through all that. So I have to hit the red switches anymore. Just have to use the pipe for the stuff and get back over this way. Anything trickier in 3D? Ooh, yeah. We got the flip back and forth enemies that are so upgraded and powerful. Got another door in the middle of the hallway. Maybe it's going to be another familiar room. How about we see? Enter here, we got a plethora of Cursias. It's actually kind of like the room Luigi got stuck in, and as you might guess, Luigi can't really escape by doing his super jump, so how about we actually flip into 3D and kind of have it hit our face. If we were wearing 3D glasses, it would be crazy, like a black thing with white outlines coming after you. And we go beyond and grab an Ultra Shroom Shake. Going through the darkness. If my practice serves me right. Okay, actually it didn't happen. Some weird thing happened in practice, like where I walked all the way to the left and I fell down the pit and lost an HP. Too inconvenient for me, you see. Oh yeah, I used my stylish commands to avoid that first fireball, but it, as a result, costed me a hit. Or, well, cost me a hit. Gotta use that grammar for the second one. Hey, got another Wheel of Fun kind of deal going on. Hey, it's not being inconvenient by doing that, but it's being inconvenient by making me need to cycle through my items, you know? Oh man, gotta actually do stuff with this. Must be a bit of a step up from the Turley Leaves if you have to actually do something about it. Or maybe it's so complicated that you had to work for it. But yeah, not really too much else for the ways of 3D, just seeing how things look, even though it's all kind of still the same black and white kind of deal. Oh man, we seem to have the same old mushroom trick going on, but I want to recover my HP because I like recovering HP for free. Well, even though it's still kind of at the cost of you falling down holes and having to kill giant fruitcakes with mouths. And kill the last one. We're not going to save the last one. And it's going to make the pipe do the thing, and it's super great and awesome. Not really much for 3D except for the one at the very end. I do believe it may actually be the most important one because of puzzles and stuff. Let's go ahead and grab this next one, and it's going to make me level up. Level up by taking the bait, because that's totally a life lesson to keep in mind. Whoa, that's actually something of a threat, because you're most likely to get hit by the ice gerbils. Dust, that's totally dust. It's like coal dust. Maybe it's a tiny comet or something, and the green ones are just like, I don't know, giant gas clouds. I'm not being too creative, man. Hit my 1 HP. I gotta get my courage shell. I don't want it to disappear in the cutscene. Some Marios just never learn. Just must grab the mushroom on a white strand of spaghetti. And this is the one of interest. seems to be a whole lot of nothing. But of course, if there's not much of anything, you must switch to 3D. In which we got these Chromeebas. Let's see if it's the right name. Chromeeba, yeah, that's cool. In the future, everything is Chrome. Let's see, look. A SpongeBob advertising slogan for Google Chrome. And of course, I'm having more difficulty than I did in practice because I was using my overpowered file that I completed the pits on, and we got our key. I'm going to keep this pipe going up in while I'm talking over it. Might as well just let the music go with it so we can enjoy it just that much more. And we are at the end of the line here. Might want to say before we go too much further though, because weird things can be happening. Use the Castle Bleck key and move along as the light fades into nothingness. Up next is Merly. I bet this one's not a trick. How magnificent you have arrived! I saw in the stars you would survive. What's going on now? Heroes, do not flee, for I am the lovely and mysterious Merly. My beauty in the stars, like to hear. Rest now, for you have nothing to fear. Or in cases of Walking Dead, there is something to fear. Here. Are you really Merly? Whatever is it that you imply? How could anyone wonder if it is I? Look at this lovely aura glow. Does not tell you all you need to know. Well, I don't know, if you cleaned up that fly flying around you since then, it would be hard to see being in a dark, dank place like this. I will now ask you questions 3. The answers will hold your future's key. And you must answer each and every query honestly and fairly. All the things ending in ly that make rhyme with Lee, adverbs, yeah. Here we go, time to start the show. Which one of these beasts is hardest for you to make deceased? Well, clubbers are kind of difficult, but their dark brethren in the pits are, well, in the flopside pit are kind of difficult, but it's kind of hard to take on an ultra shroom. Hehe, so that one gives you the biggest scare. Next, which one of these fearsome 3 most rattles your knees? Never too fond of Hammer Brothers, but Thunder Rages are pretty scary as well. You're most scared of those? Hehe, that's very good to know. You can pretty much see where this is going. Now which of these do you despise like fleas? Oh, Amazing Daisies and Cookie Mistakes are pretty bad. And I don't necessarily hate Francis, but I'll just say I do to spite him. That is what makes you so very furious. Indeed, how very curious. Well, it's been marvelous fun, but I'm afraid our time together is quite done. But do not fear or fret, no, we shall meet again yet. Hee hee hee, hee 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 hee. Gotta rhyme the he's, it's like some things like, rapper kind of deal or something. Hey, it's the Ultra Shroom. Dang, that was pretty difficult for me to take down. I'm pretty sure in practice I checked in 3D to make sure things were there because practice wasn't too long ago. Oh man, here's this ultra terrifying Thunder Rage and the super terrifying thing of me having to toss items out. Dang, which will I toss out? That Thunder Rage right there is outdated, so I'll just keep my new one that is even more terrifying with its extra yellowness. Or maybe it's secretly a Pikachu tail, who knows? What's next? Nah, what's going on? Oh, it's my sweet, sweet Francine! Wow, this could be interesting. It's you! What are you doing here? I don't know. I was in my comfy chair watching Starship X Nut, then I warped here. Maybe my reclinatron 4500 extrapolated in my dreams and couch warped me to you. Nothing is gonna take you away from me this time, Francine. Well... okay, guess we got a fight going on here. I like how it starts off with a wait womp sounds. Must be the thing of him teleporting. Ooh boy, things are a little bit crazy here. Whoa, what you doing? Actually lasts a little bit longer. Must be a tiny bit more difficult. He still has the same HP, but I still want to tattle him again. I believe that there's a little bit of interesting stuff after this. That geeky chameleon is Francis, he's a little so-so about his hobbies, 40 HP, attack 1, make himself invisible, get it when he can in, make him appear, but it's still there, there's a bar in the pot of shadow, and looking and brings back mad memories. You can have a bad time with those bad memories. He's still able to bring those cat bombs here, and yes, before he even noticed that he was here, you could see his shadow, and then he suddenly appears out of nowhere. Let's do 9 HP of damage before he can do anything. Let's harken back to old times with Peach and Boomer. Let's kind of anticipate where he's going. Too bad Peach didn't go to 3D herself. But Bomb's gonna have an area of effect. We'll see if it'll appear before I can hit him. I was saying before he appears so I can hit him. Come on, it's so degrading to call Princess and it unless he's kind of one of those talented people. I'm not gonna go too much into that. I'm all supporting of it, though, to be brief about it. I'm actually having more trouble than I did with the first fight. Alright, I'm just trying to land a hit with Boomer, but it's obviously not allowing that to happen. Oh well, I still enjoy the music. This used to be my favorite song in the game, but I've since learned that other songs are more favorite, even though I did certainly enjoy that certain song that I call my favorite song in the game just as much as I do now. I just kind of reprioritize my stuff. And it's a song we have yet to hear. Maybe it's one of the final battle themes, I don't know. And maybe Francis is mad that I reprioritize his song at the bottom of the list compared to how it used to be. I don't know. Oh well, at least I'm having trouble in a fight compared to all the easy fights I've had. Especially if I were to go along with continuing my Pit of 100 Trials file. Dang, just things are being horribly bad for me. 23 minutes in recording. I was planning to end it after this fight anyway, so that's kind of part of the outro getting done. Alright, let's lay it down now. Bam! Let's see if he appears on top of this. No. Peach's impervious bombs. Does she have like the damp ability? Prevents explosions, even though the explosion wasn't prevented. Is she immune to light blindness? I don't know, but we defeated Francis here in Castle Bleck. Yeah, that's impossible. My high technical battle moves failed me. That's it. I'm gonna run a simulation on my computer to figure out what went wrong. And no way he teleports. That was odd. What was he doing here? Well, this is weird. The serious power makes Jolly start to be a little fun. Is this a trick going on? Is this a fake Merly and the other one was real? It's convenient for me to use this room shake. How far am I away from a level up? Relatively close, especially relatively to how overpowered I got in the pit files. Going to 3D, his shadow's still not here, so he totally did teleport back to where he was. But yeah, with all that done, next time on Let's Play Super Paper Mario, we move along and probably confront Mimi because she's obviously playing some weird tricks on us. Until next time, don't toast yourself.